How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another House of Horror edition of Tuners, a podcast. Normally, I don't do pre-recorded intros to these, but I think in the case of today's episode, it's kind of necessary. I would say that today's episode went off the rails, but it didn't have any rails to begin with. This episode's completely insane. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up of what the episode is supposed to be about, because I don't even think we really explained what we were doing or why we were doing it. So what we wanted to do was essentially get together and watch a bunch of horror shorts on YouTube, and the way that we did that was we went to all the lists online and we compiled together a playlist of what the internet has been saying are the greatest shorts on YouTube in the horror genre, and we decided instead of watching a movie, we were just gonna hang out one night and watch those instead. So that's exactly what we did. So here are our thoughts and reactions of some of the greatest horror shorts that are on YouTube, supposedly. And yeah, the episode gets a little crazy. I mean, we recorded this pretty late at night after we were watching these shorts for about 2.5 hours, and before that we had a long day. We were smashing on a ton of pizza and it was just a really wild night. So yeah, in the episode we're a little loopy and tired, and I guess that's just how it goes. So yeah, I've said it a bunch of times, but the episode is really insane. I hope you guys stick with us through it, and of course if you guys want to follow along with all of the shorts that we watched, I made the playlist public on my channel, and of course I will leave a link down in the description where you can check it out. So yeah, definitely follow along with us and let us know down in the comments which of these shorts are your favorites. And as I said, just try to power through this episode with us. It's really insane, especially with Midnight Miles. He was really tired by the time we started recording. So yeah, it gets a little weird. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get to the show. Of course, if you guys haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you know when I come out with new videos. And again, just spread the good word about Two Nerds, a podcast. Maybe show them a different episode for their first time instead of this one. But hey man, there's nothing else to say, so just here it is. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you a special presentation of
Two Nerds, a podcast. Your home for everything movies, music, video games, and everything in between. With your hosts, Bunny the Bruiser, and Dynamite Jared Latching.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Two Nerds, a podcast. We are Two Nerds. This is a podcast, and we got some friends with us tonight. I am
And I'm Midnight Miles.
Yo, you got Dynamite Jared over here, yeah?
Oh, that was good.
It's fucking train wreck already.
I need Miles to do my intro from now on. Just
Yeah.
like Skype in and do that.
Yeah, exactly.
What'd you even say?
He was like, boy howdy, you're like...
It was just like words, Dynamite Jared, yeah.
Pretty much, that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah.
And then who else is here?
Who else is here? We got a live studio audience in here with us tonight.
Is that Mothra?
What's going on? Oh, it looks like Mothra, Cat. Introduce yourselves. You guys just gonna sit here?
Yeah, Mazer Laser
And...
and
Bro.
And Bectra...
Nasty.
Right, Beck Nasty, bro.
Yeah. Alright, so we just had a hell of a night, guys. We watched 30 short films on YouTube.
It was that many?
It started with like...
Brother, it was that many.
It was a lot. It started with like... I had like 25 loaded up, and then we added a bunch at the end, and then autoplay just randomly added one, and then we ended up sitting through all of that, I guess. And the cats are about to fight right now.
I felt like
They're
we just
fine.
watched the Marvel Cinematic Universe of short films, and they all were kind of related somehow.
Yeah. So this was Jared's idea to do this episode. If you want to just introduce what we did tonight, you did,
Shimbashi Station.
wow.
Japan. Oh, they're funny. They're funny.
Here. That's right.
I mean, did I even say let's do an episode about it?
yeah.
Oh,
Someone did. I
Yeah,
got
you-
on this fucking somehow. I mean, Jesus.
Well, what am I supposed to say about it? You said it all. We just watched 30 short films, starting with 2 a.m. The Smiling Man. Buddy, what did you think about this one? I watched it the other day. I mentioned it on the podcast.
So this is one that you were really passionate about. You were like, we gotta get 2 a.m. The Smiling Man in this list.
It really scared Raekwon.
What was he saying?
He was like, oh, hell no.
So the premise of this one is, it's 2 a.m. and there is a smiling man.
Yeah, that's what happens.
He's walking down the street and some creepy stuff's going on. This was the first one we watched, so we started, 2.5 hours ago? We've been going strong, and we just finished.
I don't know. I can talk about all of them, and you can just kind of add up the time.
Yeah.
Hey, let me get on that real quick. Hold on.
So, Miles, what did you think about this one, man?
Midnight Miles. This is 2 a.m. The Smiling Man. This is about 2 hours past your prime time.
Bro, I would be too tired to run or do anything against that smiling man. So I don't know, those teeth, man. All I saw were those teeth.
His bad haircut.
Oh yeah, he had that real bad hair. That's what I'm aspiring to be like, though. So.
And he did like the Thriller walk for a second in there
He
too.
did. There was a lot of Thriller walking there.
Yeah. So yeah, it was an interesting starter because then right after that we went into.
Well, I want to say.
No, go ahead.
I just want to say that 2 a.m. The Smiling Man is not scary at all to me, because if that happened to me at all in real life, I would just punch that fucking dude out. There didn't appear to be anything supernatural about him or anything. He was just like a weird. For all we know, it was just a guy on fucking meth.
Just dancing in the street. It's not. I mean, it's nothing uncommon for our area.
No, this is classic 2 a.m. in Ashtabula. So I'm used to it. Maybe this might be scary to people in Greenwich, Connecticut, but to me, meth head walking down the street doing weird dance moves, chasing me around, just being
normal.
Just being in general weird. That's normal, and we just fight those guys. What did you think, Mazer Laser? Yeah.
I was not too impressed.
Not too impressed with 2 a.m.
Is it like that in Painesville too?
No, I just thought I didn't like that he just looked at the sky the whole time. That was all I was thinking about. I feel like it's scarier when the thing makes eye contact with you.
Doesn't he make eye contact at the end?
Hey, he runs at him.
I think so.
But
And the extreme close-up of his face.
Yeah, there's been... Okay, so, there's a little bit of a big trend in all these coming up. The extreme close-ups in the last 5 seconds of the film, and then a close-up of whoever the lead is, or their face is about to touch, or a hand touching a face. That seem to be the popular... Those 4 endings are all short film
that's the
endings.
best way to end your short film, man.
Well, when you are an aspiring filmmaker and you don't know the finer points of cinematography, then extreme close-ups are like your fucking shot, your go-to
Your
shot.
money shot.
Yeah. I don't want to say that because they got probably better cinematography than I have.
Yeah.
But some of them had some cool shots.
They had some cool shots. There were some cool special effects, especially for the non-existent budgets. There were some good effects.
Yeah, for some of them there were. Others, you could tell there was no budget involved because half the time you didn't see anything. So, yeah, 2 a.m. The Smiling Man. And then we went right into just The Smiling Man.
Yeah, it was not quite 2 a.m. yet.
It was not quite 2 a.m. It was substantially earlier than that.
Probably about 9 p.m.
But this, when we first...
10?
earlier.
When we first came up with this, you had mentioned 2 a.m. The Smiling Man, and I had thought that you were referring to this one because they have basically the same name except one says 2 a.m. Because I had seen this one before a couple years ago, and it was one that my sister-in-law was freaked out of her mind about.
It's got some good imagery in it.
I
could see the imagery probably as you're watching it with friends, maybe not scaring you that much, but when you're going home and if you're alone at night in bed, the imagery might pop up in your head and make you feel a little uneasy.
Yeah, it was like a good full character makeup, teeth, everything.
He was just covered in baby powder. Like baking soda or something all over.
I like just
it looked
the
like
black.
he just got all over the cabinet.
I know. I don't know. I liked. It almost looked like his skin was cracking in parts. So the black.
Yeah, like when
black
E.T.
and there was,
turns white.
I wouldn't know. I haven't.
Yeah, buddy, we know.
I wouldn't
Wow,
know.
that obscure reference.
What a deep podcast reference. Beef.
But yeah, so The Smiling Man, I mean, we saw some decent effects, as we mentioned in there. You guys were saying there's some similarities to It Chapter 2 in there.
A couple of the first ones. That could
How many
segue
of
into
these-
the Midnight Jester?
I don't even think that was that next.
That was not next, but we can talk about it.
Fuck, I thought
It's
that
pretty
was
close.
Was it number 5?
There was one in between those.
Well, I want to say I want to do the ultimate verses though. First off, who is stronger, the Smiling Man or the Smiling Man?
Damn.
The Smiling Man.
I'm gonna have to take the Smiling Man here, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, or which one was better
Out of the two?
out of the two?
The second one.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
definitely the
that's
second
a little
one.
better.
And you know what's weird is I never saw that on any of my like top 10 lists or whatever that I looked at. 2 a.m. the Smiling Man. 2 a.m. was on like every fucking list.
Yeah. Because when I was doing research for this, 2 a.m. the Smiling Man was coming up a lot. But the second one wasn't. But I had just remembered it because we saw it a few years ago, so I threw it on there. But most of these came from all those lists, like the scariest films on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know whether they were or not. It's up to debate, I guess.
2 a.m. I think that Raekwon would have been much more impressed with just the Smiling Man.
Yeah.
The earlier in the night Smiling Man.
Yeah. So the one that came after that, before the Midnight Jester, was Don't Look Away,
Oh, this one was pretty good.
which was one of the stronger films, I feel, that we watched.
It was alright.
It was the one with
The bag on the guy.
the guy that looked like
With the
guy from-
chains.
yeah, he
The
looked like
bag.
Nightbreed or whatever.
I don't know, it was kind of funny to me, honestly, like the way the
character.
characters were interacting with each other was just like not how people would interact in real life. Like the dad just like casually walks in, he's
Oh, hey,
like
guys.
oh, let me do this mirror trick. Crack.
And they're just
Yeah,
like, oh.
this thing started following me when I met your mother. I thought it was an episode of How I Met
That
Your
was
Mother.
that was the funniest line. We like looked at each other. We were like, "Bro, this is the start of the series." But then the ending is just like, "Oh, your mother's here," and then it just shows like random shots of the house, and then we don't really know what.
Well, it
That-
ended with
that
the
guy
shot
was
of
shot and the guy in the weeds
thing
or
in the
whatever.
woods.
Yeah, yeah.
So it had a cool premise that you can't look away from the thing, or else it'll get closer.
It actually had a story. Okay, it's like a lot of these are like imagery, like it's like implied, but that one actually had a story. Like there was enough time to create a little bit of a backstory, like just even the mother, even as stupid as it was.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I didn't really think it was like. I don't think that it could really scare anybody.
No, it's not scary at all.
Maybe if they decided for like atmospheric purposes not to shoot it in the middle of the fucking day.
Yeah.
Like if they
Yeah.
would have just changed that to nighttime, it probably would have made it a little bit
Yeah.
scarier. Just like looking out and like seeing that thing standing in your yard at nighttime, it made me feel more uneasy than like during the day. I feel like during daytime I'd have a lot more confidence just opening the window like, "Hey, you fucking freak, get out of my fucking yard." It kind of reminds me of when I watched Clown House with George, and George is afraid of homeless people.
God.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I've ever said this on the podcast before, but there's a scene in Clown House where they look out the window and there's just like 4 clowns like in the yard, like in the middle of the night. And George was watching it with me, and he's like, well, that's not fucking scary. Like, now if it was some homeless people out there, I could see why that'd be scary. I was like, George, if they're homeless, then they have a reason for being there. They're literally in your yard because they don't have a home. The clowns should be out traveling with the fucking circus somewhere, not in your yard.
True. We don't need yard clowns.
No yard clowns, please.
Yeah.
The dude that did Clown House, he directed Jeepers Creepers, right?
Oh, you mean the guy that's like
The worst guy on the planet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why. That's why.
Oh.
Like, I think I knew that because I'm pretty sure the dude.
That was the film that didn't he like? touch
Yeah,
a
I
kid
think
on
that the
film?
kid that was in that movie, I
Oh.
think, was the one that was assaulted.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
That's why I don't like. I like the Jeepers Creepers films, but I'm just like, fuck, this guy's the worst piece of trash of all
And he
time.
directed all 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, The third
three.
one. The third one after
Yeah.
he went to jail for like what 7 years again because he had to like cover part of like that case. Like the case didn't get settled until after he made Jeepers Creepers 2. And then like he went to jail and they let him out and he was
And then
able
he
to
made
make
Jeepers
another
Creepers 3.
film.
What?
Oh my god.
Isn't Tobin Bell in fucking Jeepers Creepers 3?
I've only seen the first Jeepers Creepers, and I didn't find it impressive at all, and I don't understand what the hype is about.
Two's a little bit more like because they have a bigger budget. It's a little bit more of like it has a lot more action sequences.
Oh god, yeah, action sequences.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Yeah. So the next one on the list, Miles, is one of your favorite ones because you were bringing it up. The Midnight Joker, man. One of
Midnight Jester.
Midnight Jester.
Jester.
The Midnight
Joker.
Midnight Smoker Toker Midnight Jester, man.
Tell us what you liked about this one. Oh, Jesus Christ.
This podcast is so off the rails already, and we just started.
Oh, I'm crying.
Why are you crying?
I'm trying to.
Just looking at Miles.
I'm recalling the terror that I felt during the Midnight Jester.
I'm thinking about that ventriloquist dummy.
The ventriloquist.
And how it looked like a sex toy because his mouth was open so wide. I thought that the jester was fucking it.
Oh my god.
God, there goes our sponsors. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm just like, what'd you like about this one, Miles? He just instantly starts laughing.
Oh
Jesus.
my god.
Yeah, Midnight Jester was really bad. It's
fuck.
not very good.
Yeah, it sucked.
What did you think, Mazer Laser?
I liked the Jester's outfit. That was it.
And you had mentioned during it.
You said, "Oh, he's a gay" or something.
Oh yes, that's the way he was running. I said he's a gay.
He's a gay.
Ally.
He's an ally, man.
He's one of the gays.
Good outfit.
I respect it.
Good run.
But not the jester, the ventriloquist dummy's mouth like wasn't even moving. And you mentioned like they probably did all that in post.
Yeah, in post. It's like a voiceover, so the guy had no idea what he was doing. The actor probably was just like,
The director's like, just go out there and stand there. We'll do it in post.
hey, go dance for me and just hold a giant mouth open like you're about to fuck it.
No, the Midnight Jester was not a good midnight ventriloquist.
No.
Terrible ventriloquist. Decent gay jester.
Yeah, we love a good gay jester.
It started because that's the one that was
How
like
did that even end? What was the ending of that?
they were like in the car,
Yeah.
and then he like
Oh,
You thought
he was-
they were fucking
Oh
in the car.
yeah, he was probably just fucking the dummy, and that's why.
Right in the girl's face, just like, watch this real quick.
oh god, and that was the one that had the whack guitar tones in it. It was like produced by like that metal.
Yeah, they wanted to get their
the dark, what is that,
shitty.
Dark Skies music group or something? Like,
Some-
Yeah, I wanted to get their shitty metal track going at the end. It was fucking ass.
it sounded like C-grade Godsmack.
Yeah.
Sounded like fucking Immure, honestly. The guitar tone literally sounded like it was a pixel, right?
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
it's the most
It's the most
digital thing
digital
ever.
guitar tone I've ever heard in my entire life. Ass. Nothing good about that short film.
100% ass.
I'm
Yeah.
giving that one a 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10 for Midnight Jester. So next one on the list was Slash in the Box.
Ugh.
So this was another one involving
We
a
got
clown.
into like a stretch of really rough ones there
Yeah.
early on.
This is the one where the guy shits baked beans and chili out. He actually just shits himself when he sees the Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
He had fucking full moon features flashbacks.
Yeah. Yeah, really? There's not much to say about that one. I mean...
Good final shot.
Yeah.
Oh, with the head, the guy's head.
Oh, yeah, the guy's head.
Yeah,
in
that was
the-
like the only cool thing about the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 12 just for that fucking head effect.
A 12 out of 10? I think you're going a little too far. This is why I always have a problem with the movies that Miles likes. It'll have like one good scene in it, and then Miles will give it a 12 out of 10.
Yeah, brings it back around.
What's your score for Mama? Not the short film that we're going to talk about later, but the actual film.
Oh, like on Letterboxd?
You don't have it rated on Letterboxd.
I bet you no, I probably don't.
If you have
on Spotify.
If you have Mama rated on Letterboxd,
Miles is falling apart, ladies and gentlemen.
but not all the other fucking movies.
He hasn't even been drinking for like 3 weeks, and he's still
Yeah. No caffeine.
no
booze.
caffeine, no nothing. He's still wilding out over here.
Hey.
Is that lights out on the fucking?
Well, because I looked up that director.
Oh, okay.
We watched the director's whole short filmography for.
We did, yeah. Eventually, yeah.
What did you think of Slash in the Box, Mazer Laser?
Stop putting me on the spot like that.
Beck Nasty, anything to
you haven't
say?
been talking about it much.
I liked the end shot too, and I called it.
Only the end of it was memorable to me, personally.
No, stop. Memorable's not the right word. Only the end part was good.
The guy.
But when the guy shits chili all over the floor, that was like
memorable.
that's
There
like the
were
most memorable
four
part of the whole thing.
But then it disappeared, so there was no continuity.
Well, the Jack in the Box.
He cleaned it up, man.
With his mouth, yeah.
He ate it. It
all
was
that
some
shit
tasty
right
looking
above
chili
it.
spilled onto the ground.
I don't know.
So the next one was, I think, one of, if not the worst, out of all of them.
God, we got worse after that.
This one was Endless, the one that was shot completely in slow-mo.
Oh yeah, trash.
It was kind of interesting.
No,
I thought it was interesting, but
I didn't like the first shot. Knife to the eyeball. That was over.
I thought that shot was
It was
cool.
stupid.
He
Made
ripped the shower curtain open,
made the little
and
ting sound.
I thought that the slow motion made it more intense. And if that was all in real time, it would not have had any sense of tension.
Well, if it was in
Yeah,
real
I
time,
agree
it would have
with
been
that,
like
yeah.
30 seconds long. Like, they didn't have any, like,
that was the whole
content
point.
to
That's
it.
why they put they put that thing in the beginning where it was like when you know you're about to die, time slows or to a. Do you remember they had that like
There was some
hard
quote, yeah.
text in the beginning, and like that's why I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like slow mo or whatever for a bit because it was talking about how like basically that guy knew he was he was in like these were all like life or death situations that happened in it. So it was like the whole thing was like people watching like maybe they're gonna die in the next like 10 seconds or
like when he first pulled the shower curtain back and he was coming in slow mo.
Yeah.
I thought that he was going to like stop and it was going to be like a joke for a second, but then it kept going closer and closer.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. Like, so as it got closer, I was kind of like, oh shit, it's about to go down. And then it hit the eye, and I was like, oh shit. It bounced off the eye. I don't know. It just like, I kind of liked the slow mo more than I liked the premise of the thing. Because I'm not big on like modern. What would you say the girls were?
they
Vampires?
Possessed
They were like
women
demon
or demons
vampires.
or vampire, yeah.
But like you couldn't tell because like they were literally like the teeth weren't
Right.
even-
They could have at least bought some fucking teeth for this thing. I mean, the way that it was shot, not just in slow mo, but like kind of the camera angles and everything, like made me feel like the dude doing it knew what he was doing and that they had somewhat of a budget. I mean, they shot a scene where someone broke through a fucking really terrible CGI mirror and
There's the
knife
CG
hit
explosion.
the knife hit the eyeball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like
they spent a little bit of money on it.
they spent
for
some
sure.
money, so spend some money on some fucking dentures or whatever. I don't know, like, is that what you'd even call them? Dentures?
They probably would have been. Yeah, they would have been like over dentures. Is what they would
Over
call them.
dentures.
That's
What-
like what that guy in the second film, the
Smiling man.
Smiling Man. Those teeth that he had over his natural teeth to make his mouth look like that. Those are called like over.
Yeah,
dentures.
because the girls in the movie or in the short, they had normal teeth, and like as those.
One of them had canines, didn't they? Though.
But normal people have canines. Like she may have had
Yeah.
more pronounced. I see your canines right now. You have kind of pronounced canines. Like that's kind of like a little intimidating.
Oh!
Yeah.
Took him a minute to settle on an adjective.
Hey, I'll plug our good friend Dylan Nemi's podcast. That guy has the most pronounced canines I've ever seen on anyone.
Maybe he's a fucking werewolf,
He
dude.
literally looks like that or a vampire. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Well, that was my only beef with this one. Is they could have just bought some overdentures for them and made them look more like vampires or whatever. I think that the grandma that came through was a little unnecessary. Like,
You only saw her for like that, and then one time where they were like about to fully jump, and then
he pulled out the dynamite, which was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a
Like,
great scene.
After it
Ripped his shirt off and
after it got to that point, like, so when the daughter came in and they're struggling for her, I was like, okay, I'm into this. And then when she screamed and like summoned her, I assume her mom.
yeah.
Then it started to go off the rails a little bit because then like she comes out, the guy's in shock for whatever reason, and the girl gets let go or she kicked him in the balls or something. I don't know. And now they're all about to jump him. Oh wait, no, I have dynamite. Like I'm a suicide bomber, and I'm just like, if they're fucking vampires bursting through mirrors, immune to fucking knife shots to the eye, and all this shit, then what's dynamite gonna do?
Yeah, I will say one thing about the knife shot to the eye, because I was gonna say it when you brought it up earlier. I think that was supposed to be her seeing her death coming and avoided it, because as soon as it went back out of bumping the eye, his hand went back really quick, almost like she was seeing the future, and then he came at her again. I don't know if anyone noticed that. So
I didn't notice that.
I wonder if it was her like playing the whole scenario in her head and stopping him before it actually happened.
I think you're thinking too much into it.
It's just like the climax of Twilight. They saw it before it happened and they stopped it, right?
I don't know.
Right,
I
Nasty?
just saw a fucking knife literally bounce off of her eye.
It was just weird that when they like brought back, like his hand went back really, almost like someone was rewinding time. Like his hand went back really quickly, like not a natural way either.
I didn't notice that.
Oh yeah. No,
No star reviews. Let us know down in the comments, man.
We're gonna have
You'll
to
know.
rewatch this abomination.
Yeah. Well, you guys said you liked it. I was the only one that said it sucked.
I liked the
It was
first
better
half
than
of it.
some of them.
I liked the first. It was definitely better than Midnight Jester.
There was no new metal in the beginning, and there was a hard quote, so I'd give it, like eight stars on top of that, just for that.
So this next one I remember very little of. I heard it too. Do you guys recall
Oh, that was that one.
Oh yeah, we
With
were in
Mom.
pretty much big talk mode.
The mom
At that point,
the
but
mom
there-
puts the girl to bed. She's like singing to her.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's the one with the pipes,
It's
man.
the Australian.
The voice of an angel.
I think it's the Australian one. But yeah, and then like the kid goes to bed, gets up because he hears something, and then goes to see the mom, and she's
Yeah.
like, "I heard it
supposed to be the
too,"
truth.
and then some fucking creature
Yeah.
jacks her off, rips under her bed. I don't know what the fuck happens.
What? But yeah, we were in deep conversation about other
Well,
things.
I
during
think
that
we
one.
got it around near the end because her mom basically gets possessed at the end, right? Like she
What?
shows back up and she's all fucking ghosty and shit.
Oh yeah.
And I think it ends with like the close up shot of both the little girl and her ghost mom like coming face to face.
Yeah.
What was the one where there was the ghost guy that was laying in bed looking out at us? 'Cause
Oh,
that's the one I
that
wanted to
was
do.
towards the end. That one was like the bed something.
Oh, Bedfellows.
Bedfellows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how memorable.
Wait, what?
It had
That was one of
it
the
had
ones at the
blue,
very
It had
end.
the blue title card at the beginning.
It was the one that was shot on Miles's phone. The one that was like all the blue tone, and then the guy was like in the
Yeah.
bed. And-
Oh yeah,
I
okay.
couldn't stop laughing because the guy in the bed's face looked like it was vibrating off the screen. So
Yeah.
it's just fucking-
That one was kind of cool though.
Yeah, that one was good. I
it
like
was
that
cool,
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish it was just in better quality.
Yeah.
Is that the one that looked like it had PlayStation graphics?
It was the one where the girl was talking on a razor, and I was like, wow, they probably shot this on a fucking
They
Motorola
probably-
razor.
It was probably like one of the promos for the Motorola.
Yeah.
What was the next one?
So the next one was when we started the the Lights Out and its spin-offs, basically. So it was Lights Out was the first one, the original Lights Out from 2013.
Right. And,
Scared me.
Still a classic, man. That one's still good.
yeah, it's better than the fucking movie.
I didn't
Are you
know.
kidding?
I like the film.
There's no way in hell, even if you like the movie, there's no way in hell it's better than that short. Or the short literally just takes all the good parts of the movie and leaves out all the stupid bullshit.
Well, damn, the climax is pretty good in Lights Out, though, in my opinion.
I don't even remember it. You know what I remember about Lights Out? I gave it 1.5 stars on Letterboxd.
That was it?
Yeah. I probably should have gave it less because I hated all the fucking exposition. Like, oh my god, she had a rare disease where she couldn't be in the light. Fuck you. Fuck off.
I just remember the girl had
Stupid.
some cool metal posters and shit in her room.
Yeah, that
And the guy did not get laid. I remember that. We were fucking bummed about him.
I don't remember that. That's probably
Oh,
like
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
She lived above, like a pizza place or something. I don't know. She had that cool apartment, right?
Yeah. So the one after Lights Out, I mean, not much to say about that one, because...
Go watch it. It's good.
Yeah.
I like that one.
So...
I will say that your TV kind of ruined it.
Damn. Wow.
How did my TV ruin it?
Because when she's doing the thing in the hallway, in the last shot where it gets closer, right? But it's like when it becomes closer, its back is supposed to be turned, and it's like a naked like body.
Oh, that's just because we had the lights on in here.
Whatever, man. You couldn't see it.
We had to turn
And
the
when
lights out
like
in order
when
to
I
see
watched it at my house, like I could see all of that.
He needed to see undead butt cheeks, is what he said.
I just think that I don't know, I just think it's a cool shot. We didn't really see it that well.
Yeah.
It just looked like another silhouette, but just closer.
Yeah.
Where in reality, like, you could actually see, like, a whole ass body.
So the next one was Cam Closer. That was the one with the
that one
the
made me-
iPhone.
That made me yell.
Yeah, Maisie screamed.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll say this. What's the guy's name? Is fucking
David Sandberg.
David Sandberg. I'll say this. He's the king of the horror short on
his stuff was-
YouTube.
stuff was all
Everything that he did was good
Yeah, I agree.
and more engaging than Midnight Jester.
That's just gonna be the standard. Is it better than Midnight Jester or not?
And so far, I think Midnight Jester is the worst.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
So far, yeah. We'll see.
What's its only competition is fucking Slash in the Box, in my opinion. But Slash in the Box at least has the hard end.
head, dude. It's a 12 out of 10. I said that.
So the next one was Coffer. That was the one with the chest that leads to nowhere.
Yeah.
That one's another classic. That's one that I've seen before, back when it first came out. Pictured was one that I haven't seen, and this is something you brought up. If there's this creepy ass like photo in your house, like,
Why would you even have it?
yeah,
I mean, I guess because in the one, I don't even remember what it was called. They were kind of like playing themselves.
The one I was just about to talk about, that one, the one where she wants a double to clone, or like clone her
We'll talk about it.
oh yeah, we'll get into that one in a sec.
But yeah, like so in that scenario where they're playing themselves, obviously these are two people that are really into horror and stuff. So maybe a creepy picture like that up in your house, it would be a thing. But I don't know, man. I'm into horror, and I don't have any fucking pictures of just like creepy girls hanging up in my house. I don't really rock with that. I'm cool with like just having Michael Myers posters.
I was gonna say, yeah, I just have film stuff up.
Right, David Sandberg, stop being a fucking idiot and just admit that Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees are the best and put them up in your house.
Hey, but that is the one where he
instead of putting fucking Sadako up in your fucking.
Basically, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's literally The Ring in a picture frame.
Well, that is the one where he finally got a budget because they actually hung some stuff on the walls instead of it just looking like an empty apartment that they broke into, basically.
probably filmed one of them the week they made
I mean,
it.
they've had a budget for pretty much all of them.
Well, no, I was just saying though that was the only one where there was like any sort of decor at all.
Oh,
Well, the
yeah.
first one
Did you
where they
see-
started it.
Did you see how they referenced, or the reference, we haven't talked about the one yet.
They have the home
closet,
theater.
right?
They
Yeah.
have a home theater system in two of them,
In the coffin one, yeah.
and it was in Cam Closer too.
Oh yeah. So the next one on the list is the one that Miles really wants to talk about. Is Closet Space.
Yeah, I like this one. This is the one, so you know they put those little dolls and they doubled? Do you remember she put those like
Yeah, it was the
creepy
Lights
dolls?
Out
It was the
doll.
Lights Out doll, okay, good, because I kept acknowledging that, no one's saying, like, it's literally the same thing.
What? It was in the movie.
Yeah,
Full
like
length?
it was a no,
No,
the,
it was like the.
No,
face
from
that
the-
weird
from the
ass
short.
guy.
The short.
Oh,
The doll was actually
okay.
like that. I was just like, oh wow, like, so did that come out after Lights Out?
I would imagine, yeah. I think
Yeah.
they were all chronological the way we watched them.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, Lights Out probably got the ball rolling, and then they. I mean, really think about it though. Lights Out, as a short film, I think was just like and a lot of these, maybe not the chest. I feel like that's kind of probably been done before, but
Yeah.
like Cam Closer, Lights Out, Closet Space. These were all like really kind of unique concepts that I haven't
Yeah.
really seen explored before. Especially Lights Out. It's like a really fucking scary concept that like at the time that it came out, like I remember being intrigued by the movie trailer just by that scene that they basically remade from the short, where it's turning the light on and off,
Yeah,
on and
yeah,
off,
yeah.
and the thing was in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, and then it introduced like the rest of the movie was like cliche fucking ghost story, like 2010's ghost story bullshit.
Shit.
I mean, was it not? Like,
Oh yeah.
like, and that's what I didn't like about it. It was a cool. That's what I like about the short. It's just a cool concept.
yeah.
Just stripped down to like that cool part. So like, it doesn't even really have a chance to fucking delve into the cliches and stuff.
Right.
But this one was a cool concept too.
The closet one.
The closet, and you're putting stuff in the closet, and it doubles up, and then you decide, hey, I think I want two of my husband to fucking Eiffel Tower me, so I'm gonna put my husband.
No, Mazer Laser brought up a good point.
What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think it was for?
To help clean the house.
Nice fucking try. Nice
I was
try.
about to say something fucked up. Oh, I can't. Just continue, please. Keep.
You know, and I know that if she would have put him in there and opened it up, and it would have been two of them when she opened the door, it would have been fucking.
For her to clean
She
that
w-
pussy out,
she-
not for her to clean the house.
She would have opened and closed the door like 5 more times, and it would have been like one of the most unique gangbang scenes found on Pornhub in history.
Oh my.
It's just listen. That was the idea. She was like, "Wow, this closet is multiplying hangers and dolls. I'm gonna multiply my husband, and it's gonna be a fucking gangbang. Like it's gonna."
Her husband watching.
Listen,
her,
ain't nothing wrong with that. At least, you know what I mean?
Her
Like,
husband watching
Yeah.
her get fucked by 3 of her other husbands.
Hey, it's not cheating. It's all
there's nothing wrong with that, man. It's a good way to freaking do something crazy without cheating on your husband.
Well, then what do you do with all the clones when you're done?
Just keep them around.
Then they can do
Then
the
they
house.
Clean the house, yeah.
They can clean the house and then gangbang you every night. I mean, like after you get gangbanged by like 10 of your husband, can you really go back to just one?
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Man, I can't talk. You guys are gonna lose that one sponsor. You had.
We're still waiting on that Stella Artois sponsorship.
Fuck. He better call me back soon. I need my 20% off coupon for the month.
Yeah.
Closet Space was cool.
Yeah, I like Closet Space. The next two were probably like the least memorable out of his. It was Shadowed, and that was the one with the she's getting chased by the
Flashlight.
yeah
She shined her flashlight.
The ending of that was.
yeah where it was like all
I liked
the
it.
Oh, she was like, "Oh fuck," and then it just cut off.
yeah
That one had a sense of humor to it. That was cool.
Yeah. And then the next one was Attic Panic, where it was her, and then that was the one with the sheet ghost.
Oh,
in it.
yeah.
And how did that end? It just kind of like the sheet ghost appeared behind her and it cut off?
I think so. Like, she pulled the sheet off, so it was, like, in, like, the room she was in, like, it was, like, a prison room, basically, or whatever, and then it was, like, in there behind her, yeah.
Kind of a cliche thing about these movies, too, is that there's a couple of them where where there's, like, a little sheet ghost deal going on.
Yeah.
And they always pull the sheet off slow as you possibly fucking can. Like, dude, just rip the fucking Band-Aid off. I mean, just rip it off, get ready to beat some ass. Like...
Maybe the ghost will be there if you
Yeah, like, you sit there and do it for like an hour, the ghost is definitely going to plan his escape.
Yeah.
If you just rip it off, it'll be fucking Demon Town, USA.
Yeah. Yeah, so the next one, so that was the last one of the Sandberg ones. Definitely some of the stronger films that we watched. The next one, not so much. It was Mannequin. Was the next one.
Oh, man.
I thought it was shot well.
Yeah, it did look pretty good. Like, it did look like they knew
It looked like a professional, like, kind of deal.
Yeah.
But, man, they could have picked, like, a freakier mannequin. How freaky do the mannequins look in the Maniac remake?
Super freaky.
Yeah, just the way that they're shot and, like, and done. You could have done something like that to actually make the mannequin
She just
look
got, like,
scary.
Clean. It was too clean even. Like, it was just like...
It didn't have it had no face, and maybe that was the idea. But like at the same time, I don't.
Hair. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
it
it
had,
had
like,
the
wave.
hair. It was dumb. Like, I don't know. I think a mannequin with a face is way scarier because even though it has a face, it has like no emotions.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
what's so kind of like
Right.
when you look at a mannequin. Sometimes it's kind of like uncomfortable because they're just like this emotionless thing.
Especially the ones where they have like the deep eye sockets and they give it a nose. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yeah, so I don't have anything else
Were you
to say.
scared of the mannequin? Well, no. You have to vocalize that. You're on a podcast.
No.
They can't see you shaking your head. This isn't the video for the Patreon subscribers.
Yeah.
It was not scary.
Yeah. The next one you were pretty scared of, Mazer. It was the Mama short film.
Oh, I don't like Mama.
I don't like Mama either because Mama sucked.
You know what that guy went on to do, which I realized when I looked on Letterboxd? He directed both of the It movies.
Yeah, and he did way better on those because he had a story that was not written by him.
Damn.
I don't even think he wrote that, Mama. I don't know.
If he did that short film, I'd have to assume that he conceptualized the whole thing.
Yeah.
Which is not a hard concept to come up with. Fucking ghost lady.
But the movie was a little more...
The kids running away
in-depth.
from it or whatever.
I never saw the film.
I like the short more than the movie because the short was short and sweet. It does the parts, it's kind of like the Lights Out thing. It does the parts that work and leaves out the fucking hokey ghost story bullshit.
I like hokey ghost story bullshit sometimes.
I don't like explaining things. Like, I hate fucking explaining every little thing that happens makes things less scary to me. And that's like ghost movies in the 2010s and maybe even the 2000s are obsessed with explaining everything.
Yeah, the research scene in the library.
Yeah, they always do the fucking research scene in the library. They're pulling out the old newspapers and putting them underneath the fucking thing. And it's like, oh my god, this house caught on fire in 1945 and she died there.
Yeah.
That explains why she's all black or you know,
why
whatever.
she's also a witch and there were weird fucking voodoo symbols on everything.
I hate that shit. Like, just let it be a fucking ghost. You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, I feel it.
There's the creepy scenes, but then, like, by the time you get to the end of these movies where, like, the ghost appears again, you know everything about it. Like, it's no longer scary to me. And in this climactic scene where it's, like, supposed to be, like, at its most tense... There is no tension. You know the fucking ghost's intent. You know what it's trying to do. You know its origins. You know everything. Why is Halloween so fucking good? You don't know shit about this dude.
That's not the only reason why it's
Well,
good,
it's
though.
also because it's by John Carpenter.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah.
And
Buddy, what did you think of some of these films? I feel like you're announcing them, but you're not
I'm just trying to
talking
keep.
stuff.
I'm just trying to keep it somewhat on the rails.
I
guess.
know, Buddy's so stressed right now. I'm in person. I can feel the stress coming off of Buddy's. Like, I can
I'm not
see
stressed.
his thoughts. Fuck, I can't believe
No, I was-
Miles come on this week.
No, I was talking with the.
I'm also going to have a
the Sandberg
discussion
ones.
with you, Miles, after this for ruining our sponsorships.
For that whole 10 minutes straight that you laughed.
Whoa, there he goes.
So what did you think of the Mama Short as compared to the movie?
Well, I mean, the imagery I think is terrifying as always. I don't like something with an elongated head walking erratically towards me if I'm a little child. That's like really scary.
Did it even walk like that in the movie? I think it just
like,
kind of floated around.
I think
Yeah.
it floated because they had a budget.
But I think that the movie,
They had a budget, so he couldn't do creepy
if I'm
shit.
solely comparing that to the movie, I think the movie's scary because in the movie the little kids are like raised in the woods by that thing and shit. Like this was just a random ghost in the house.
When they were like the two girls though, they're supposed to represent like it was like, assumingly like.
Well, they
chasing
did refer to it as mom.
Yeah, they were
They
like,
did, yeah.
Yeah, they were like mama's home, and then it was like.
I will say that I like the long fingers in the movie because I think that the one thing I remember about that movie is me saying in the theaters is that she could palm the fuck out of a basketball for sure.
Yeah. It's your only takeaway from the film.
True.
So the next couple were actually pretty good, I thought. Alexia, the one with the one with the sole reason they made this film was so the director could show off his gaming PC and
That
and mouse.
damn light up fucking mouse with like 8 different colors in it.
The extreme close-ups on the mouse too.
Yeah, that was like.
Like they weren't even in focus. Like I was so like close up on it, like the entire mouse was out of focus. The only reason I knew I was looking at a fucking mouse is because it was all lit up.
Yeah. But yeah, that one was pretty good. I mean, the premise of that, I mean, the guy, his like wife was dead or whatever, and he's Facebook messaging this other girl, and then the wife comes back on the internet, I guess, and
Yeah, she's jealous of his new lover, his new amour.
Well, I think the significance was that it implied that she killed herself because he dumped her.
Oh, she cut
He
the
said
shit
that.
out of her wrists.
He said that too a little bit. That he's like, I wonder if the reason that she died was because of me or whatever. Like when he was talking to that new chick over Messenger.
yeah.
Yeah, and then there were some triggering images as well.
Right.
Right.
Trigger warning: if you're gonna watch, what was it called again?
Alexia.
Alexia. Trigger warning: a lot of Spanish Facebook.
That's not
Yeah.
the trigger. It's like self-harm trigger.
Unamigo her, amigo.
Stop.
Stop.
Yeah, that's probably. That was his mistake.
Yeah, when he unamigoed her and freaking like, and what was it called? It was like some extreme shit. It was like exterminate el amigo or some shit like that.
Didn't say exterminate.
It was like exterminal.
Don't exterminate your amigo.
It seriously said like exterminal or some shit like that. It was like something very close. Like I'm sure the word exterminate is probably rooted in that Spanish word.
Wasn't the subtitle they put termination? Like
I don't know because
terminate your friend.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
And the subtitles.
Exterminate your amigo.
The English subtitle said terminate your friendship or something.
Well, now I understand why Alexia was pissed. That's kind of harsh.
That's pretty harsh.
Terminate
She
your
was
friend.
right up on fucking instant messenger 2 seconds after she got terminated.
Fucked up the whole computer. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
That was a good one. It had good special effects in it as well.
Yeah, the final shot was cool.
The next
What are
one
you
was.
laughing about? You didn't think the final shot was cool?
Yeah, it was good, bro.
You didn't like it.
No, it was good.
I'm not convinced.
What is happening?
It's almost midnight, you know what I mean?
It is midnight.
Midnight Miles is in full effect right
Yeah,
now.
I know.
What was your beef with the final shot?
I don't know.
We'll talk about it. What didn't you like about that?
Oh no, I thought the final shot was fine.
What the fuck is going
I
on?
don't
I'm
even
confused.
remember what it was.
It was the basically Alexia, like her
Yeah, her
face, and like
face.
Yeah,
her
she was
eyelids were like
Oh
removed
yeah, she was
and
coming.
shit.
Oh yeah, that was the best
Like
shot ever.
the eyes were like
Yeah.
rolled into the back of the head,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
like they rolled forward and
yeah,
shit. Yeah,
It was like
yeah, it was like a good effect.
Now I remember.
It looked like it was touched up with CGI a little bit.
Yeah, it was makeup and CG. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next one, super short, super sweet, one of the best. It was "Tuck Me In,"
Yeah, I really
Yeah,
liked
that
that.
was
one of
good.
one of the classics.
You didn't even understand
I
it.
didn't really, but it was.
Hey,
good.
way to call her out on
Well, she was like, "Wait, what?" It's just like because it does just end, but I love the way that it just ends. With like, it does leave you kind of like that, like, "Whoa, wait, what?" Like,
Yeah.
what's gonna fucking which one's, you know?
the kid up top was
Which
smiling
is,
too. Like,
yeah, is the kid up top the fucking evil one, or is it the one below? Or it's got to be the one up top because he was like,
he was smiling at the end, like I'm gonna kill this fake dad or whatever.
he was like, he's not the fake dad. He's
the fake kid. Yeah.
Well, I know the kid's fake, but I mean
The
yeah,
kid
it's
was
a-
like, "Oh,
yeah.
Dad, you didn't look under the bed," like kind of like taunting him. And so he looks under the bed. There's a kid there, and he goes back up, and the kid's looking at him like, "Yeah, I knew that fucker was down there." Like,
And like you said, Jared, the most horrifying thing about this one is the guy has to pay
I didn't say
double
that.
the
Maisie
child.
said
Yeah,
that.
Maisie said
actually,
that?
I did say that.
She's like, the scariest thing is now he has 2 kids.
Yeah.
In this economy,
Absolutely horrifying, and I'm sure that's what the director was going for with that. Yeah, motherfucker, now you got 2 kids.
So
It makes me shudder.
it gives you the jubilees.
Jigglies.
The next one was I don't remember anything about this one. Sleepy Eyes.
What?
Oh yeah, that's the one with the door and the wind chime.
Oh yeah.
That one's okay. It was all right.
Yeah, I
The
don't
ending is a
remember
little
too much about
underwhelming with the
Yeah, it
hand
was
and the
the
wind
hand.
chime.
Yeah.
But I love it does build tension really well. It's just like the climax is kind of like a dud.
Yeah. The next one was one of Jared's favorites. It was one that he was really campaigning to get on the playlist tonight. Creek.
It was good. I mean, you guys were talking a lot during it, but like, I don't know. I just felt like it was pretty tense. Like it builds tension well.
Which one was this?
The one with the creepy old lady that was like looking at like her cellar door kept opening, and the hand comes out at the end and grabs her face.
Oh. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was a decent one. I mean, it wasn't one of the greatest ones, but I mean, it was okay.
It was better than Midnight Jester.
It was better than Midnight
She
Jester.
didn't like show any emotion, and then when she did,
She was a bad
her
actress.
hand was over her face, which is not emotion.
Yeah, she's probably trying not to laugh. She was a bad actress, in my opinion. They could have got someone better, but I think that
Julia Roberts.
yes, Julia Roberts
Nothing
probably
less.
would have did a much better job.
Yeah.
But I do believe that it would have. I just thought that it was pretty tense. Like when she walks towards the door and she's looking in there, nothing. Hears that noise and looks at the curtain. It's just a good moment of like, what's gonna happen? You know, like I don't know. I was on the edge of my seat for a second
No, you weren't.
when I first watched it. I'd seen it before. That was one that Raekwon was like, oh. Raekwon was like, nah.
Yo, if we don't get a Raekwon review for every single one, like what?
Yeah,
what
it's
is
kind of
it?
a disappointment that we don't have Raekwon on the podcast right
Yeah.
now.
Light him next time.
We'll have to watch a million other shorts.
Just to get his reaction, yeah, we'll do a live
Yeah,
show.
he'll try to skateboard back home in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Who is he? Luong? Is he the reincarnated Luong?
Luong is gone, brother. Luong was abducted by the Midnight Jester, dude.
Seriously.
What?
After that photo with all of our shirts off, he just disappeared.
We joined him because I swear to God, leading up to that, I hadn't seen Luong wear a shirt for like 3 months, and then we were all just here's an episode of Unsolved Mysteries for the podcast. The last time I ever saw Luong, was at a party at my house. We all took our shirts off and took like a hard style photo.
We did.
Luong already had his shirt off because
He was asleep in the
he
chair.
stopped wearing shirts. So we're all just sitting there. Everybody's fucking wasted except for me. Luong's just passed out in the chair. And then all of a sudden, Luong just stands up suddenly.
Like 4 in the morning.
It's like
stands
4 in
up.
the morning, stands up, and just leaves. And just like walks out. And he just walks down the road.
I went outside to try to be like, Luong, what are you doing, man? He forgot his shoes and he didn't even care. He just kept running.
What?
And I never saw him again. I swear to God, I've never seen him
again either.
What? Is this
He
man
said he had
alive?
somewhere to be. That's all I remember.
Miles looks like he's gonna cry. Luong, please, if you're listening to this, Miles is worried, man. You gotta get a hold of us.
I swear to God, someone saw him out in California. I don't know if he was wearing shoes or a shirt, but I saw him.
True.
I have somewhere to be. California, where I never have to wear shoes or a shirt ever again.
What if Luong's just on a beach right now listening to this, just shirtless, wearing the same pants but no shoes? He hasn't worn anything in like.
And he's just
7
saying,
days.
excellent, because we have no
No.
idea where
This
he
was his
is,
plan
and
all
we haven't
along.
heard from him, and he's just happy that nobody knows anything about his whereabouts. Calling to what's the guy's name from fucking Unsolved Mysteries?
Oh shit!
I don't know his name.
I don't know. I used to. I don't.
God, he's an airplane too.
Mm.
He's like the pilot that shows up at the end of Airplane to like help talk him down.
I don't
I
know.
don't remember that guy's name.
Oh God, I remembered it, but I can't remember anymore. Whatever. Call in Unsolved Mysteries if you know anything about Luong.
Yeah. So the next one we watched was Occupied, the one that we thought was going to take place in a porta potty the whole time, but
That one was ass.
yeah, that was definitely one of the weaker ones.
That
Pun
was one that-
intended. Ass. Occupied was in a bathroom.
Maisie didn't like the guy's hair gel.
No, he looks like plastic, like a doll. Like plastic doll hair.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe that one got a little Halloween 2018. Maybe got a little inspiration from that one. Clearly,
How long ago did it come out?
Occupied. I don't know.
Well, look at the thing. Jesus
All right.
Christ.
Yeah, it's not like I have it in front of me or
Look
anything.
at the thing.
4 years ago, so 2015.
Oh yeah.
It's 2020.
I don't know. I don't know if Halloween 2018.
Yeah, it's 5. It's not 2019, buddy.
Well, no, I mean it has.
Buddy's still
says-
living in the past.
It says 4 years. It's not going to be 5 years until November 19th. Then it'll be the 5 years. It's still
Oh.
been. It's still been
Yeah,
4
got
years.
those 2 months.
Yeah. So. Yeah, not as much to say about Occupied.
Yeah, it sucked. There was nothing in it.
That was
Like,
one of the ones where they
only
didn't show
effect
anything.
in the entire thing was just like a little puddle of blood.
Oh, he was standing on the piss toilet. And then, like,
Yeah, when they opened the door, it looked like the biggest coward of all time.
Oh,
Oh, his face. He was scared.
yeah, but then he got blasted.
He was a
back
better
in
he was a
all
better
toilet
actor
paper.
than the lady from Creek. I'll say that.
yeah.
Yep, that was true.
The other one, the next one had a unique distinction that it was in the snow. This was the only one that took place
This
in
one
winter.
sucked too.
The Offering.
Oh no, some of the cool hard font in the beginning where the guys were driving.
Yeah, it was
out.
the best part of the whole thing was
Yeah,
that
it was
title
hard.
card. That was sick.
Yeah, the other.
And the
parts-
movie sucked.
The concept was good.
But it didn't show anything. Like nothing.
The one guy got eaten though, right? Wasn't that implied?
he got dragged away.
Okay,
Yeah. Because they didn't bring any meat, so he became the meat.
he was the meat.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I mean, where's the meat? the whole time at the beginning. So that one was, I don't know. Then yeah, like as you said, once it got going, it wasn't that great. But
Yeah, it was pretty
I
weak.
felt like it had a strong opening. The next one was Shelter. One of Midnight Miles' favorites.
I don't even know if I watched any of that. I
Oh,
was like
yeah,
warming
with
up
the-
pizza the whole
with
time.
that like creature and when the guy that fell, right?
Oh, it ended with fucking Freddy.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger and
Oh.
and
what did
the
we
dude
say?
from My Bloody Valentine.
Valentine.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
Harry Warden.
Yeah, Freddie Warden. Was
I had to put that combo. Oh yeah, Freddy.
You're like,
plus
what's he
Harry
talking
Warden.
about? Yeah, not as much to say about that one either. That one was kind of short.
3 seconds of good shit, and then it was done.
So the next one was another really short one, but it was a good one. That was The Bedfellows. We talked about that a little bit.
I lost my mind during this one.
Yeah. The guy's face, I mean, you can see it right there. It's like a Jeff the Killer, like the creepypasta. I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good one. I liked that one a lot. I wish that there had been a little bit better video quality on it. I'm sure it's a re-upload of an upload and like all that stuff.
Looks like the dude from
This
Death
was the
Note.
one that, like,
Rio?
looked like
Say it with your chest.
I don't know his
PlayStation.
name.
Well, you can just say the dude from Death Note, the dude on my socks right now.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got Ryuk right there, bro.
Shit.
Yeah, the legend right there.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like the best character in the whole fucking show. Fuck Light Yagami.
Yagami.
Yagami, whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, Bedfellows was a good one, man. The next one and its sequel, we watched The Moonlight Man and The Moonlight Man 2.
Oh.
You know, the masks, like, cause it was like, looked like, it was like maybe a silicone mask touched up with CG. But maybe it was just silicone because they looked
Jeez, Miles, you're
phenomenal.
gonna have to lean forward, brother.
Damn, am I that far back?
Look at your fucking.
Oh shit! Oh look at Jared, yeah, spiking like a fucking earthquake over there.
I'm like peeking it.
I liked what was it? What was it?
Moonlight
called?
Man.
Moonlight.
We're gonna
Man.
have to redo this whole podcast.
His
now.
No, I was leaning for it a little bit. You don't want me in some of the stuff I said. Buddy's like, thank God, maybe it misses Miles' whole soundtrack. This one had a really good like a silicone mask, like at the way that the facial features, but it didn't look like a full makeup to me. It actually looked like a mask. But a lot of those actually like fit the face really well. So I don't know. I just really like the effects in it.
Which one did you guys like better, Moonlight Man or Moonlight Man 2? I think I liked the first one better.
I like the reveal in the
Yeah.
second one better because I
Yeah.
could see more.
Yeah, the second one had a better reveal because the guy actually blinks and his mouth moves.
Yeah.
I think that conceptually, I like the first one better because it had that cool shot of like his silhouette in front of like that gas station or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like that looked cool, and then I think that the ending was cooler too, like shoving her into the trunk and then also climbing into the trunk.
Almost like walking right into it.
Yeah.
That was pretty tight.
That was cool, but the second one does have that hard shot of his face.
Yeah. And yeah, the second one, like, again, like the less to it, like the simpler you can make a lot of these, I think is the better. And yeah, I thought the second one was a little too long. I guess it was just the robber wandering around in the parking garage and stuff.
And how does he not have like a gun? He's about to rob something. I don't know. Some
know.
type of weapon.
Yeah. The next one is another one that was a classic. I remember seeing it on the internet years ago. Bloody Mary. Very simple story. I think we were talking about this while we're doing it, but did any of you guys used to do the Bloody Mary thing when you were kids? I was too fucking scared.
I think I might have did it once, but I had homies with me. Like, and I'd say to this day, I would never do that by myself at home. Would you?
Oh, hell no, I'd never do that. Are you crazy?
I mean...
Not that I believe in that, but I don't want to take the chance.
Right, yeah, I don't think anything would happen, but I just think it's to the point where it's like, if you did that during the night, home alone, like, obviously there's not going to be a Bloody Mary, but you can trick yourself into, like, everything, every little thing you hear and stuff will start to freak you out, like something might actually happen.
Little sidetrack, I guess, but we were talking about this earlier. We were talking about how Paranormal Activity 3 is the best one.
Yeah. We've mentioned that on the podcast a million times.
Do you remember the trailers for Paranormal Activity 3 when they were doing the Bloody Mary thing, and then that's not even in the film?
Oh yeah, didn't Paranormal become pretty like big in the last like 3 to 4 movies? Most of the stuff that was in the trailers like wasn't in the film at all.
There's no way in hell that's ever going to be heard. What you just said. Look at this. Look at that shit. That's you.
Jared's like touching the top and the bottom.
Miles, what were you saying, man?
I was saying, didn't Paranormal Activity become... Don't look at me.
Say it with your chest.
Didn't Paranormal Activity, like, for, like, 3 and, like, the rest of the sequels, didn't wasn't it famous for having like footage that was in the trailers only, but
I
never in the film?
I know that in Paranormal Activity 4 or Ghost Dimension, I think it might have been Ghost Dimension, I'm pretty sure there was a scene involving the tunnel or whatever. Remember the tunnel that opens up in the girl's bedroom or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was a scene involving the tunnel in the trailer that wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
But that entire trailer for the third one was just that Bloody Mary scene, and that didn't take place at all.
I
So it
remember.
was like filmed specifically like for the trailer.
I like stuff like that
I
though
remember
because
that
like
now you say that.
I remember watching the Halloween 2018 trailer, and one of the disappointing things about the movie, one of the only disappointing things to me, was that every scare in the trailer they actually used in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we brought that up in our review because like we thought that like when Michael Myers is in the closet or whatever, like in the kids' room, they were gonna
That
do
was
like
like the big scare of the trailer. I thought they were going to change it for the movie, like not actually have him in the closet, but they just kept it just like that. So, in a way, it kind of still worked because I was expecting him
to not be
to
there.
not be in there and for it to be different. But in another way, even though it worked, I was still kind of like, ugh, I wish they would have used something different.
Well, I
Yeah.
didn't even see the trailer, so I was like, yeah.
Not yeah, you were like,
I was
oh!
Yeah, it didn't scare me. I screamed a lot watching that.
Yeah, so the one we watched right after Bloody Mary was basically a modernized version of the Bloody Mary.
Oh, this is Bloody Mary, but stuff will actually happen.
The Devil's
Yeah,
Door.
the Devil's Door. This is one that we added last minute because I don't know, I forgot to put it in the thing, so I didn't know too much about it going in.
pretty good. I
But yeah,
like
it was
it.
good. Yeah.
That like ogre or whatever at the end is pretty hard.
Yeah.
Ogre.
Yeah,
Shrek!
the demon. He was
The
kinda,
demon
he was
man.
kind of ogre-like. Not like a Shrek ogre, but like a Skyrim ogre or something.
Yeah, I mean that was a good one. The entire thing is like done through text message basically.
Yeah, that was kind of annoying.
They didn't credit the dog in the credits. There was a dog in the film, didn't give him any credit, so I was upset about that.
And they didn't say if he was harmed or not during the
They
filming.
they didn't say no dogs were harmed in the. What was the name of the dog? I can't remember. Tootsie or something.
Wasn't it, or it was a horrible name.
Tinka, right?
It was just Tink.
Tink.
It was just
yeah,
Tink.
It's just Tink, yeah.
Yeah. So, the next two we watched were the original Ju-on short films. Jared, if you'd like to pronounce them, because I'm going to butcher it.
You really can't say that?
It's just
What is so hard to pronounce
Katas-
about Japanese names?
Katasumi.
Well, that's the American version of it. Katasumi.
Okay.
Jared has to say it with that, enunciation or whatever it is.
You got to, man. If you don't say it right, if you go into Japan and be like, "Hey, I'm looking for a copy of Katasumi," they won't know what the fuck you're saying. Katasumi, and they'll be like, Katasumi.
But yeah, both of these were good. I thought that I hadn't seen them before, but then after rewatching them, I remembered both of them.
Oh, you saw them?
Yeah, I did see them years ago, but I forgot about it.
I think I'd only seen one of them, and it was much later, like after I'd already seen all the like Japanese.
Are you
ones,
sure you've seen that?
And then
I mean,
thought
they're
I've
pretty
seen-
much it's. I could see them like any of these like could be just scenes in
In
any of
film.
the Ju-on movies.
Well, I know for sure I saw the one where it's the guy on the steps, and then he appears next to him.
Okay.
I know for sure I saw that one before. But yeah, the first one could have been anything. Because I have seen the original Japanese film, not the direct-to-video one, but the theatrical one.
You gotta watch the direct-to-video ones.
I know. I
I feel like
gotta catch up on
feel
all
like
of them.
movie-wise, the direct-to-video ones are better, but like the theatrical ones just have better production value. Not that honestly, like all four of them are really good, but I think that the direct-to-video ones have just like a better story.
And I like the American one too, surprisingly.
Yeah, the first Grudge got me into the whole thing, and then after watching Ju-on's, it's probably one of the weaker ones. But Grudge 2 is like, in my opinion, right up there with like original Ju-on's.
Yeah, I like the Grudge 2 a lot. I had to yell at a couple behind me and their kid when I saw it in theaters because they wouldn't shut up. and I was so hyped to go see.
Grudge 2 is really good. Grudge
Yeah.
3 is a pile of fucking garbage, though. That movie sucks.
That's
I haven't seen
direct to
Grudge
video,
3, yeah.
but like American direct to video, but
It's ass.
Yeah.
I remember renting it and being like, yeah, this is going to be cool.
didn't they put like red in her hair or something? Or I don't know.
I don't
Too,
know.
like, street-
Grudge 3 is ass.
And Miles was a big champion of the 2020 version. He was singing its praises earlier this year.
I like the atmosphere. I like all that. If it was just a different like film. Like,
If it wasn't called The Grudge.
Yeah, it would be.
Does it
perfectly
tie
fine.
in with
Yeah,
Ju-on?
because it starts off and like the lead is in Japan and something like kind of weird happens and then she comes back to America, hence brings the curse back to America.
But
and then
Kayako and Toshio don't even show
she's
up.
Kayako's only I think in that first beginning part, and then they like kind of like hint of like cats and stuff of like Toshio, but otherwise.
So Kayako doesn't catch the plane back to America like she does in Grudge 1, 2, and fucking 3?
No, she.
Because like in the Grudge series, Grudge is like basically literally still could be canonical to Ju-on.
Right.
Because basically, who's the actress in the first one?
The American version?
Yeah, Sarah Michelle
Michelle
Gellar.
Gellar.
Gellar, yeah.
She or someone she knows like goes to Japan, right? And basically gets involved with the curse and
Yeah.
brings it back to the States.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of keeps going from there.
And then I think she actually there was a different lead in the second one. I think she actually dies or in between her character dies or something.
I can't remember. It's been so long since
Yeah,
I've
I
seen
think in the
Grudge
second
2.
one they just kind of reference that she died,
Yeah.
which is always sucky. Like they couldn't bring her back for at least 15 minutes, like Bruce Campbell and
Yeah.
Maniac Cop 2.
Right.
Get him fucking done, dude.
Even though I was pissed when he died in the first 15 minutes of Maniac Cop 2.
Did. Maniac Cop 2's great.
Yeah, it is good. All 3 Maniac Cop movies rule, but like, I wish Bruce Campbell was around for
All
more.
3 of them.
Yeah,
Fuck.
but yeah, Katasumi was good. I think 444 is better. I think I was the better of the two.
Yeah. I agree.
What do you think?
That's the one
Which
I
was
saw
scary-
before.
Which one do you think was scarier,
Huh?
boy or girl?
She's sleeping.
The girl.
Because you don't like crawling stuff.
No, but that just looked like a weird kid meowing, which is relatable.
I will say during 444, my cats were going nuts.
They
Because
were.
of the cat noises on TV.
That
But-
I mean, Toshio probably says some pretty threatening cat stuff. Like, in Cat, he's probably like, "I'm gonna fucking steal your soul" or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah. So those were all the ones that we had in the playlist, and then my autoplay was on, and we ended up watching a random one after that called Human Form. The one with, like, the, where everyone had the messed up faces and
It's
stuff.
kind of like a Twilight Zone
Yeah, it was kind of like...
episode. It's like Korean version of that Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, the Eye of the Beholder.
Yeah.
Yeah, but... yeah, that was... It was fine, I guess. I don't know what else to say about it. So out of all the ones we watched, guys, what were a couple of your favorites out of everything?
Well, I think that instead of saying a couple of your favorites, because we all basically went through and said which ones we liked already. So
When we said our least favorite, we all are in agreements. Midnight
So
Jester.
what is the definitive favorite for you?
Come back to me.
It's hard because there were a lot of them that I liked parts of. Like, I'm like, this is great. And then the ending was just so basic or so whatever that I feel like it made the rest of it, like, not memorable to me. Like, it started too memorable. And then it just... I've watched too many films in a row. And I got bombarded. I'd have to come back to me on that then. I don't know.
Beck Nasty, what do you think? You've been quiet the whole time.
I don't know what the title of it was, but it was the one with the 2 kids.
That's literally a flat line.
Tuck me in, she says. She says, tuck...
The With
The
the
one with
kid
the-
under the bed? Oh, okay, yeah, Tuck Me In. That's one of my
Tuck Me In
favorites.
was great.
It's literally 1 minute and 7 seconds. And it's just like,
It's so good.
it's
Yeah.
just like, boom.
Yeah, I think that one might be my favorite as well. It's tough though. It's definitely in like the top 3.
They did a remake of it.
Did they?
Yeah, with a little girl.
Oh,
I don't know if I saw that.
equality.
Yeah, we should watch that after this, but
What?
it's literally like 1 minute and 27 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, it's like only a little bit longer.
Yeah.
What was your favorite, buddy?
It was either Tuck Me In, Alexia, or the original Lights Out, I guess, or I don't know, because I don't even know if I'm counting the Grudge ones, because I mean they're on YouTube, but they weren't originally YouTube short films.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can count those as at the top. So I'd probably say, just for like its simplicity, Tuck Me In, I guess.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't want to say the same thing as everybody else, but Tuck Me In is really good. Man, I'll probably go. I'll probably say original Lights Out. Maybe. It's really kind of tied with like Tuck Me In and that one, honestly.
Yeah. I feel like I would rank Bedfellows a little higher if it was
If it was
a
better
better
quality.
Yeah.
I agree.
And that's not the fault of the video we watched, because I'm sure it was pirated off of something. Like, I'm sure they have like a good copy of it somewhere. But yeah. Mazer, we skipped you. You had some time to think.
The Midnight Jester is my favorite one.
Hell yeah.
Oh!
There we go.
Oh!
Surprise comeback from the bottom. Must have been those Nickelback riffs or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
This relationship is over.
The Nickelback is more like Limp Bizkit riffs or something.
Those were not Limp Bizkit riffs. Show some respect to my boys.
Have you seen those new memes now where it's like an old lady and it's like getting
Yes.
walked, and it's like it'll just say a quote, and then the younger girl will be like, "All right, Grandma, back to bed," or whatever.
Yeah,
but it was like the old
title
lady.
fight one.
Well, what did the title fight one say?
Yeah, I remember when Title Fight was a band, and she's like, "Yeah, let's go back to bed."
Oh,
Yeah.
you sent me that,
Yeah,
didn't you?
yeah.
Well, because I saw one, it was like, it said, "Back in my day, Limp Bizkit was the biggest band in the world." It's like, "All right, Grandma, go back to bed."
That is back in my
True.
day.
There was that Tiger's Jaw one
I didn't see it.
where it was
What
like
does it say?
it was like the one
Oh,
dude
shoot.
used, huh? The,
What did it say?
It said like, yeah. I remember when the guy from Wicca Flame was in Tiger's Jaw, and she's like, "Yeah, let's go back to bed."
Yeah.
Is that the original dude from Tiger's Jaw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was too deep. It was too much of it. It was too much.
Miles,
of it.
did you say your favorite?
I mean, I liked all of
All of them.
Sandberg's. Yeah, all of them. All 36 of them were fantastic. I loved how much they used the same scares over and over, and all the balloons, and the clown faces.
They didn't really use balloons in any of them except for fucking
Those
Smiling
early
Man.
Smiling Man.
Those early ones.
Just the Smiling Man.
Just the one.
That was only in one of them.
Seemed like a lot of balloons, but
Yeah, it was 3 balloons in one movie.
About the one that exploded in the car.
Oh yeah.
In the.
Midnight Jester.
yeah,
Midnight Jester.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's a balloon in that? Well, listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
Look, see, I'm so mesmerized by the balloons in the film.
I was literally trying to tune myself on a Midnight Jester as much as possible.
You thought about him fucking that clown puppet or that ventriloquist puppet or whatever.
So what was your favorite?
Yeah, you're leaving us hanging here. What's your favorite?
The listeners have to know which
I
ones,
like-
we're narrowing it down to the ones
All right,
for
you know
everyone
what?
to watch.
Because I like weird masks and shit like that. I'm gonna say tied for, what was it, the Moonlight Man?
The Moonlight Man,
Yeah, I'm gonna go Moonlight Man.
The first or the second one?
He said tied, so both of them.
Wow.
Yeah, it's too tough.
Bold choice. That's weird.
Bold choice.
That's
Midnight
weird.
Jester was probably like 6. Yeah, it was number 6 maybe. I'm not sure it was in between that.
Out of
but-
30? Midnight Jester is the
That's pretty good.
What?
Just kidding.
I liked his outfit and his gay walk. That was enough for me.
Oh man.
But he's like, I can't wait to delete this recording as soon as
He's
it's
probably
done.
gonna have to with how fucking quiet everybody was talking.
All you hear is Jared.
Buddy's right up in the microphone.
No, my levels are coming through fine. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about any of this.
Is this fucking Colorado?
I don't know.
But it doesn't say.
Looks like a golf course on the TV right now or something.
That's your golf course right there?
Yeah, it's in the backyard right now, Kat. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, man.
Sign off.
Sign off. So no poll this week? Not doing a poll?
Oh,
That's
wait,
fine.
this is a Cocktober episode. Huh?
Alright, so what was the sexiest
Sober.
monster out of all of
The
these?
sexiest monster.
I'm calling Midnight Jester right now.
Wow.
He had a bad face. He had a
You were
good
just talking about
outfit.
how good his outfit was.
Yeah, outfit doesn't equal face.
His face was part of the outfit.
I'm gonna say the sexiest monster was the one in Bedfellows, where I literally lost my entire. My mind's still in Bedfellows. Like I left it back there.
Jared, who you got?
Man,
You got-
smiling man with that just full nudity.
The 2 a.m. Smiling Man or the normal Smiling Man? Normal Smiling
Wait, the
Man,
one with,
full
with an
nudity.
inch of butt crack. What was the one where they were like an inch of butt crack and the girl in the shower?
That was
Yeah, that was a
endless.
slow-mo one.
Oh shit.
But we're not talking about women here. It's all
Yeah,
men.
it's only dudes.
It's
Oh.
only dudes.
Well, I said that hot ass Bedfellows.
All right,
guy
Bedfellows,
shaking the
okay.
screen. My heart's still
Jared's
fluttering.
going with Smiling Man. Emily,
Unfortunately, I was gonna go with Smiley Man, so now I don't know what to pick.
so you're going with the
Yeah.
Moonlight Man. Let's see who Emily's got.
Ew.
Well, then who do you want? Pick something else then.
You can go with the other smiling man. He was kind of.
Yeah, he goes at
What
2
about
a.m.
2
I
a.m.
don't
2
like
a.m.
the 2 a.m. Smiley Man. Fine. 2 a.m. Smiley
Mazer.
Yeah.
The Midnight Jester.
I already
Miles,
called.
our buddy
My
picks it.
bracelet broke.
I called the Jester Man.
Yeah, you can't go with him. You gotta pick someone else.
I like the clown people.
Well, buddy got to it
I'm
first.
mad I kept messing with this thing and broke. Who are the other monsters?
Um.
I don't even remember.
Ghost.
You can
A,
go with
Ghost
you
B.
can go with the ogre in
didn't
the
like
devil
him.
door. All right, fine. You can have the Midnight Jester. All
Don't spoil her.
What about the guy with the bag over his head and the chains?
Oh, that was kind of hard.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Don't
So
Look Away, or
she's
what
going
was
with Don't Look Away. All right, so that's everything for this week.
And we didn't even really go in depth to like who probably has the biggest dick or any of that stuff.
No, it didn't even go in. It's up for your own
I'm pretty
interpretation.
sure Bedfellows guy is the biggest dick. He couldn't actually get out of bed because his ghost dick was so big.
What?
That's why he's just laying there. He's waiting.
His dick was just so fucking massive. He couldn't even get out of bed. That's why his face looked like that. His dick was so big it just caused him such agonizing pain that his face just contorted into that form. He's just like this all the time. Like,
He didn't have enough blood for his head. That's why his head was shaking. It was on his massive boner.
All right. Well, I'm
well,
sorry
the
now.
smiling man's dick is so big he couldn't even put on pants. And no pants could fit this man. That's why
Good
he's
for him.
crawling around fucking kitchen floors.
What a good
Smearing
Cocktober,
blood on his
whatever
face. Do you
this
think
is,
that
right?
blood was coming from that girl's mom? The blood was coming from his veins popping in his dick.
What?
He's rubbing dick blood all over his face.
Oh my god.
What do you mean?
No way Bedfellows guy's dick is bigger than Smiling Man's dick.
His dick would have been dragging on the ground.
The camera was always just like up. It didn't show anything below this naked man's waist for fear of
I'm on my
scarring
fourth
everyone for
try
life.
That fucking actual ass podcast.
We all know the Midnight Jester has a small dick, buddy. He's not packing heat. He wasn't even wearing a conch that like
No, he
a
wasn't.
fucking jester would wear if
No,
he
he
had
was
a
wearing-
big dick.
Baggy
What
pants
does
or
big
something.
dick jesters wear?
A conch.
The emphasis on big dicks.
But yeah. All right, that's it. I'm out.
Sorry, Midnight Miles out.
Dynamite Jared, and I will catch you down the road.